Hello Aquarius, thank you for tuning into your love read. For the main read, I'm using the Modern Spellcaster's Tarot by Melanie Marquis, illustrated by Scott Murphy. Yep. For the supportive cards, the Angel Answers Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. Alright. First half relationship, second half for single. Aquarius, yes, okay. Alright. Huh. Alright, let's... Huh. One more? Really? Okay. Alright, so you and your partner, I find this curious. What's holding the situation where it currently is you have the cup of love here, Ace of Cups, cup of love, overflowing, joy, love, yay, okay. Your partner has the High Priestess. And in this one, she's very non-biased. She's very platonic in this situation, which is interesting. Just the way she feels. Like, you have a lot of love. The other person seems like they're just very analytical, but fair. Looking at a situation spiritually, but in a on-paper sort of way. Not through feeling, but spiritually in the sense of, like, what makes sense. Correct? Something's weird with the way this matches up, because I don't feel so good about the High Priestess being there. I like that card. Well, I don't know if I like the depiction of that card, but I typically like that card itself. I feel like you're all about the love, and you're pushing forward the love. It's keeping the situation where it is. But your partner seems to be more... I just feel like they're non-biased. They're not really... I'm just getting this blank expression, like it's a blank, like you can't even, there's no features on that, on this High Priestess, and I feel like it's supposed to be non-biased, but it's kind of feeling like it's vacant to me. Let's keep going and find out, because I just feel like it's going along a routine. I don't know, I'm not comfortable with this card yet, so let's keep going and we'll come back and see what that talks about. You were overflowing with love, so that's good. I don't know. There's a conflict here that I'm not catching on to, because I feel like you're going at it, you're not seeing what's going on, and I feel like that's not a good thing. Like I feel like you're kind of doughy-eyed, lovey-dovey. It's not hitting right. Something isn't hitting right with how these two are matching up, because this is typically like what's keeping the situation where it is. It's a lot of times it's denoting what the problem is. And like I keep looking at this card matching up with this, and they're good cards, but I don't feel like they're matching up correctly. I feel like there's a problem here. Like one person is staying because they feel like they're supposed to. The other person is just feeling like the love is going to win out. And I don't feel like this is working. I don't feel like this is working. Which is unfortunate, because I feel the love on your side here. But the other side seems to be just going along with it because it's expected of them. And I feel like you're going along with it because of the love you have for this person. Now, as we go ahead, like you have the Empress and you have the Knight of Wands. So that's like emotionally connected, looking out over the whole picture, moving forward based on those feelings. This deck, I'm still getting used to the rods being looked at as air, because I always see them as fire. So I'm always seeing that as like a fire-air combination when it comes to these cards. So I'm feeling like it's more dominant with the air, and it's the communication aspect you seem to be connecting with. So you're cultivating, protecting this relationship, and you're communicating and trying to keep it going, is what I'm seeing. Yeah? All right. Now the other side, I'm getting like, I'm not feeling like the emotion there. I'm feeling like, I'm feeling like doing what's expected. The Justice card, doing what's expected. I feel like that's what your partner's doing. The next thing here is the Ten of Pentacles, enjoying the financial status. I feel like it's very secure. This is a very secure relationship. I don't know if it's about money. I think it's more about feeling secure, and there's a mutual trust, feeling safe. It's like a safe security type feeling. Like, I don't feel like there's a crazy amount of money. I'm not getting that. Like, some of you might have a crazy amount of money. But I feel like it's more about the security of, like, knowing what the other person feels and where they are, what they stand for. Chloe, what are you doing? What are you doing? Get out there. Come on. You. Yeah, you. Come here. Wacko. Sit down. Sit. I don't know what you're getting into, but stop getting into stuff. You're good girls. Yeah, you. I know. Alright, sorry about that. Now, even though it's looked at in a secure way, this is the card you're looking at, that this is your partner, I feel like they're feeling safe, and I feel like this is more about them feeling safe in this relationship. But the fact that your ready is here, something, I can tell you, I'm seeing what's going on here in the future. There's an upset going on. So something is changing. And I have two cards, which I'm using 4 fingers to explain. I got the Magician on their side in the spiritual sense, but I also have the Tower, what's making things better, which is also leading to the Hermit. These cards, all 3 of these cards seem to be together. I feel like they want to change. I feel like even though they feel safe, something's going to change. Something upsets the apple cart, because I'm getting this right above them too, the Two of Pentacles. But to me, it's like throwing things in the air. Like, things are thrown up in the air. That's kind of what I'm getting with this situation. That's how this card is coming through for this. Oh, there might be a third influence. There might be. I'm not getting it like it's already there, but I feel like there might be something else. There might be a third influence on your partner's side. There might be. I'm not getting that definite. I think that's a rarity in the sense of this read, if you're watching it. I feel like a small amount of you will have that situation. But if that's the situation, and that's what this is talking about, it's unexpected, and this makes your partner really think, because I feel like you have the love for your partner. The love is there on your side. On their side, they feel secure. They feel safe. I'm not seeing love cards on their side, which is kind of concerning me. I have all sorts of craziness going on in my house right now, including bugs. Which I don't know how that moth got in here, but get out! Alright, so I'm seeing this go forward, and your partner seems conflicted because they're tied. They have 2 ties. Their foot is tied to where they stand. Their hand is tied to what they want. And they're conflicted. You are the bottom one here. You're the 9 of Swords. I feel like this is an upset for you, because you're seeing where this is leading. Now, the question is this a momentary thing, or is this a change that's about to happen? Because the Tower happens, and then the Hermit happens with your partner. The Tower and the Hermit, which means it's an upset on their side. They're not expecting this. It throws things up in the air, whatever happens. But then they're left wondering, what do they really want to do? Are they going to stay where they are, or are they going to move on to something else? I'm seeing, though, the Moon is on your side, but this seems to be helping. I feel like you're in a spot where things are worse than things. I'm gonna say it the way it was gonna come out. So I apologize if it doesn't sound good, but things are worse than they seem, and you might be seeing where this is actually leading. I wasn't expecting this to go that way, but that's how it's honestly coming through, and I have to honor the way it's coming through. It may seem worse than it is. I don't know. I don't like saying that. Is that true? Well, we have cards here. On your side and your partner's side, you have ask for help. Ask for help from the universe. That says angels, universe, angels, whatever works for you. That seems to be your advice there. On your partner's side, time might tell. When I see meditation brings answers, on their side, as far as you're looking at it, it's going to take some time for them to figure out where they stand. Time will tell. And the last one here is the ask for help from others, which I feel like what that's saying is that you might have to have a third-party perspective to tell you exactly what's really going on here. Because I'm not feeling really... I feel like things are coming forward. Like, I feel like your partner's telling you, when the "you're ready" comes up with the feeling safe, I feel like they're going to talk to you about what they're feeling about. I don't feel like this is secretive on their side. I feel like they're telling you what's happening with them. I don't feel like they're holding it back. I feel like you might even ask questions. What's going on? What does that mean? And I feel like they're telling you how they're feeling, what's going on, I feel like they're not holding anything back. I really feel like it's coming forward to you. And which sometimes Aquarians, I'm noticing, are pretty smart. They want an answer. They know how to find the answer. They know what to do to get that answer out of somebody. But I don't feel like you even have to use that type of situation or that type of talent or skill you might have. It's just coming out anyway. Your partner is telling you where they're standing. So I do want to say that if this is hitting for you, your partner is going to tell you. I don't feel like they're going to hide it in any sense. It's going to be right out there. And I feel like you're going to see where this is going. I hate that that's how this card is coming through, but that's really how it's coming back the same way. Like, you're going to see the way this is actually going out. Might be a little worse than you think. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, though. I think it depends on your situation. In other words, how this is shaking up your partner, you're noticing that it is causing them to really think things over, but it might be shaking them to the core a little more than you realize. Like, I feel like it's really shaking them up and making them really question, like, where do I want to be? Do I want to stay where I am, or do I want to go for what I want? I just feel like that's unfair, only because I see this cup of love on your side, so it's like you really do love your partner, but I'm not seeing the love cards on their side. And I know we've said that in the beginning, and I'm still seeing, it's still very blatant to me that I'm not seeing the love cards on their side. Time will tell. It's going to have to work itself out. But I feel like you knowing exactly how this is going, in the sense of like this is really shaking up your partner, and realizing that they do care about you and they do feel very safe, but the love that you're pushing out, I don't feel it returning. If this is hitting for you, I mean, keep in mind, this is a general read, so if it doesn't hit for you, maybe that's a good thing. And I feel like this, you're going to know. I don't feel like this is something that's going to come. You're going to know right off the bat, like if your partner is a little standoffish or seems a little less than over-enthused sometimes. And it'll come right forward. You'll see this happening without question, and they're going to tell you. You'll ask a question, they'll give you the honest answer, so you'll know where you stand. So I don't think there's anything with that. It's just maybe it shakes them a little bit more to the core than you realize. Okay? All right, so let's move on from couples. I apologize. I wish that was a better... I wish that sounded better, but I gotta read them how they come out. If I just make up, well, you know what I mean. If I just kind of pull out some love cards and the world card and make everybody think everything's great, I mean, what's the point, in my opinion? That's how I see it. All right, so let's do Aquarius singles. Aquarius singles. Single Aquarians. What do we have for single Aquarians? All right. Hey, the tower comes up again for single Aquarians. Although it seems to be right where you're standing. You know what? Let's shuffle these. 'Cause your outcome isn't bad. Your future isn't bad. The fact that you have the tower here. Usually the tower is something that's a helpful thing. It's just very rough. It's very painful to go through. But the healing and the aftermath really works to your benefit. That's typically how that works. let's see. Somebody's coming towards you. You got the Knight of Rods, Wands, whatever they call it here. Wands. I call it rods usually. Or whatever flies out of my mouth. So somebody's coming forward you with an advancement. They're showing you that they want to be in your life. I feel like you've recently ended a cycle. Now, when I'm seeing the world in your past, I mean, it makes me feel like something has ended fairly recently, and it's freed you up to go into a new direction. But the last situation, you've completely wrapped it up, tied it up, it's done. Now, this person's coming towards you, which is the base of the situation. The Ace of Swords here, and you'll clearly there's a lot of fire on this, so this deck is talking fire here. They're talking action. I feel like this person coming towards you with their offer, however that's happening, that's what's setting this whole thing in motion. I feel like that's why the Tower's here, because maybe you're not expecting this. Either A, you're not expecting it, or B, this person is not somebody you want making an advancement towards you. One of the two. You're not seeing it coming, or you're not wanting it from this person. Because you got the Hermit here after. So either way it hits, either you didn't see it coming, or you don't want it. You have to take a minute to step back and realize what's going on. I'm not getting like there's a fight here. I'm getting like you're peacefully working it out, but you're shocked about the advancement when it comes towards you. Three of Rods, I'm noticing that bird flying off, though. I'm seeing like this is something you want to move on from. I don't feel like you're very into it. But when this comes forward, either out of the blue or somebody you don't want, either way, it still seems to be going the same direction. And it's like you rather move on from it. I don't feel like you're really into this. For some reason, though, again, whichever way it's coming in, you're feeling like you have to play nice. And you're kind of like just kind of going through it. You're trying to not be too, I don't know, forthcoming with how you really feel, but you're trying to not encourage the behavior either. Something about it makes you feel like you can't just like snap out there like, I am not interested. Do not come at me again. I'm not interested at all. You can't come out like that for some reason, but you want to. But due to the situation, whatever this is connected to, you feel like that's not prudent. But you're kind of on the defensive here. I feel like you're being very careful and you're holding back what you're feeling. You're being very careful, but you're kind of on the defensive here. And you're like, I don't want to ruin anything else just because this person came my way. I feel like in some situations, this is a business situation where somebody has made an offer of, or made an advancement, and you're not happy with it. I feel like it might be an advancement. I'm not sure. I'm not sold on the offer of love. I'm seeing like an advancement. An advancement, like showing that they want to be with you in some sense, but you're taking it as an advancement, like you're not feeling love from this. That's kind of what I'm getting. So, and I feel like it's uncomfortable. And you're trying to be very careful about how you handle it. I'm feeling like I'm getting with the Empress here, because this is where you're standing. I'm getting a protective energy with this. I'm noticing that shield right off the bat, first thing. You're trying to protect yourself. You're trying to keep things together. You don't want to create more of a situation than it has to be. And your mind is in the moon. This bothers you. And you're afraid that this person is going to make another advancement that you don't want. I feel like that's the worry here. And you're trying to protect yourself. But I feel like you can go forward some way and just say thank you, but no thank you. Like if you feel like you have to be diplomatic about it. I feel like there's some way for you to make it clear that you're not interested in this going forward. Because in your future you do have this 7 of Pentacles, which means kind of waiting it out, trying to see if it's going to go somewhere or not, what's going to happen next. But you have the passive no here, which is saying make your intentions clear, and this doesn't have to be an issue. If you're not clear, you're going to have to deal with this for a while, and it could become more of something later. But the passive no means that you don't have to make it clear, but it's in your best interest. It's just to say how you feel, that you're not interested. You can be respectful about it and stop it, and it seems to be the advice, but it's a passive no, which means it doesn't look very likely that you're going to do that, in my opinion, but it's saying that that option is open. Otherwise, it may be something you have to deal with again, maybe more than once in the future. And you might want to nip it in the bud now, just so it kind of ends. Because it could get quite aggravating. Anything else with this? I feel like that one kind of was kind of short and simple, but it seems like it came through. I'm noticing with the signs, like, whatever I'm reading, like, the relationship and the single, they seem to go along the same rhythm here. So hopefully this won't last on too long, but I hope that, you know, you're able to squelch this fairly well in the beginning so it doesn't keep dragging out for you. Seems like that's a danger in this situation, but hopefully you can squelch that in a way that you feel comfortable with and you don't have to deal with it again. That's what I'm hoping for you. But you're going to have to take your situation as it is to decide how to do that if this is hitting with you that way. All right. Well, thank you for watching this reading. I'm going to wrap this up. If you'd like a direct reading from me, go ahead and shoot me an email, james4astral@gmail.com, james4astral@gmail.com. Thank you.